Okay, let's talk about coffee. For so many of us, it's not just a drink, it's the one thing that has to happen to get the day started. But what if that morning cup you rely on is actually setting you up for a major crash later? What if the way you're drinking it is secretly working against you? Well, today, we're going to break down how you can turn that daily habit into a genuine superpower for your health and your energy.
So you gotta ask yourself this simple question. Is your coffee actually helping you, or is it hurting you? Because it's not just that you drink coffee, it's how you drink it. Is it giving you that clean, focused energy, or are you just borrowing energy from later in the day, leading to that awful afternoon slump and just a cycle of being tired?
It's kind of wild when you think about it. The exact same drink can be a powerful tool that boosts your brain, helps your metabolism, or it can be a subtle saboteur, messing with your sleep and spiking your stress. And the difference between those two outcomes? It all comes down to a few key mistakes most of us are making without even realizing it.
So let's dive right into the problem. We're going to cover the 3 most common mistakes that turn this amazing drink from a helpful tool into a source of stress for your body. And trust me, the first one might really surprise you.
And here it is, mistake number 1, the morning rush. You know what I'm talking about, waking up and making a beeline for that coffee pot. It feels so right, doesn't it? You're groggy, you need that kickstart. But, biologically speaking, this timing's all wrong.
To get why, we have to talk about something called cortisol. The easiest way to think about it is it's your body's own built-in energy drink. Every single morning, your body naturally releases a big wave of cortisol to pull you out of sleep and make you feel alert. It's your natural wake-up call.
So this is what's happening when we throw caffeine into the mix right away. Your natural cortisol is already high, so drinking coffee then is like turning the volume up on a speaker that's already at max. You're just stacking stimulation on top of more stimulation. And if you do that enough, your body can actually start to rely on the caffeine, and it might even produce less of its own cortisol, making you even more dependent on that coffee just to feel normal.
Okay, mistake number 2. This is all about what we add to our coffee. You know, the sugars, the flavored syrups, those super sweet creamers. They can turn a perfectly healthy drink into, well, a liquid dessert really fast.
And this kicks off a really nasty cycle. First, you get that big sugar rush, that huge spike in energy, but it's always, and I mean always, followed by an inevitable crash. And that crash leaves you feeling sluggish and, you guessed it, craving more sugar to get back up. So the roller coaster repeats all day long.
And finally, mistake number 3, the late afternoon brew. That 3 p.m. cup of coffee that feels so necessary. It seems harmless, right? Especially if you're one of those people who says, oh, caffeine doesn't affect me, I can fall asleep just fine.
But here is the thing you have to understand. Caffeine has a really long half-life, which means it stays in your system for hours and hours. So even if you don't feel wired, it can seriously reduce the quality of your deep sleep. And that's the really good restorative sleep you need to wake up actually feeling refreshed. So you wake up tired, and what's the first thing you reach for? More coffee. And the cycle just keeps on going.
Okay, so that's what we might be doing wrong. But here's the really good news. The solution is actually pretty simple. And no, you do not have to give up coffee. We just need to make a few smart little tweaks. So let's dive into the 5 steps to perfect your coffee habit.
And here's the whole game plan. It's a 5-step solution. Delay your first cup, eat first, keep it simple, watch your intake, and set a caffeine curfew. It's all about timing, what you put with it, and just setting some simple boundaries. Now, let's break them down one by one.
First up, and this one is probably the biggest game changer, delay that first cup. Just wait 60 to 90 minutes after you wake up. By doing that, you let your body's natural cortisol peak happen all on its own. Then, the caffeine comes in as a nice, gentle boost, not a huge shock to your system. And hey, here's a quick tip to make this a whole lot easier. Start your day with a big glass of water instead of coffee. You'd be shocked at how often that morning fatigue is just your body being dehydrated. Hydrating first can make you feel way more alert all by itself.
All right, step 2. This is a must for anyone who gets those coffee jitters. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can actually spike your stress hormones. So having it with or after a meal helps to buffer the effects, giving you a much smoother, more stable energy lift without all the anxiety.
Next, let's clean up what's in your cup. Look, you don't have to drink it black, but you do want to avoid those sugar bombs. A splash of milk is great. Some unsweetened almond milk works wonders. You could even add a dash of cinnamon for flavor. All fantastic options that won't send you on that blood sugar roller coaster.
Step 4 is simply about moderation.
More isn't always better. For most people, 1 to 2 cups a day is that sweet spot where you get all the benefits without the downsides. But really, the key here is to just listen to your body. If you're feeling anxious or jittery, that's a sign. It's your body telling you you might be overdoing it.
And here we go, step 5. This is the non-negotiable rule for protecting your sleep. Set a caffeine curfew. You need to give your body at least 6 to 8 hours to process that caffeine before you even think about going to bed. This is absolutely crucial for protecting that deep, restorative sleep.
And here's a little bonus tip for you that works like a charm. Instead of just sitting down with your coffee, try pairing it with some movement. Even a short walk right after you drink it can help channel that caffeine buzz from feeling kind of wired to feeling really, truly focused and productive.
So, what actually happens when you put all these pieces together? Well, your entire relationship with energy completely changes. This is the result you can actually expect.
I mean, just look at the transformation here. You go from the before picture, a day filled with jitters, crashes, bad sleep, just depending on that next fix, to the after, a state of steady, calm focus. You sleep deeper, you wake up feeling good, and you're finally in control of your energy instead of it controlling you.
And this, right here, is the ultimate mindset shift. You get to enjoy your coffee, not as a crutch that you desperately need just to function, but as a tool that you use strategically to make your day better.
And you know what the best part is? You can start right away, like tomorrow morning. You don't have to buy anything new, you don't have to give up something you love. Just change how you drink it.
And that's the real question, isn't it? What will happen? I challenge you. Try it for just 1 week. See how you feel. The difference between chasing energy all day and actually owning it might just be a 90-minute delay.